All right, we are live today. We are here with Echo Flips. We're going to talk about how much you should pay yourself or not pay yourself while building an Amazon FBA online arbitrage business. So, the whole point of this is like when you're building a business that's online arbitrage, it takes money to make money. So, ideally, the more money that you have in your business, the more hypothetically you should be able to make. And so that's always a toss up. Do you pay yourself or do you just keep reinvesting into your business? Obviously, both extremes of paying yourself absolutely everything and never growing and just always reinvesting forever and ever and ever are a little bit ridiculous on both sides. Cody, kind of how do you feel about this balance?
Yeah, so I think it really just depends on like what your goals are. Like if your goals are to grow and you're paying, like say you're making 2K profit a month and your goals are to grow, you like it's gonna be extremely hard if you're like, oh, I'm just gonna take that 2K out because you need that 2K to buy more inventory. This is an inventory based business. It's not like a service based business where you can say like a pool cleaner, right? They'll go to a house, they'll get paid immediately after doing the service. While this business is an inventory based business, so the amount of money you make is directly proportionate to the amount of money you've spent on product, right? So I also often get the question of like, oh man, like how do I scale? And one of the reasons why some people have trouble scaling and growing their business because they're just not spending enough money. Maybe they're taking money out of the business, or maybe they just keep on doing a lot of bad buys. And it's really a roundabout answer, but yeah, so it really just depends on what your goals are and what you want to do with your Amazon business.
We got Christian in the chat. Let's go. Good to see you. We got Josiah. Boys, how goes
Josiah's
it?
back. We need Josiah on the live again.
Yeah, I
We
haven't
need the
asked
three amigos,
Josiah
you know?
for a while because it seems like he's been busy, but always love having him on. It's a bunch of fun. If you feel like hopping on today, extremely last second, just let me know. Or we can get you on later this week. But
Yep.
always fun having you on. Yeah, it's a matter like hitting both of those extremes is a little ridiculous. Like it's an inventory based business. This is retail. You have to have inventory. Like if you have $1,000 of inventory, how are you going to make a full-time income off of it? Like,
Yeah.
like just think about all the items in Walmart. Think about all the items in even a mediocre store. Like they have like so many items in their store. And so like, how are we supposed to like have $1,500 store value and make full-time income from that? Like it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, facts. Like if Walmart had no products on its shelf,
I mean,
how are
sometimes
they
they
going to
don't.
make a profit? What was that?
Sometimes they don't. They're just out of stock on everything.
Yeah. It's because all those dirty scalpers
Those
bought them
dirty
all up.
scalpers.
Yep. They bought it all up.
Like Josiah.
No. No. No,
He's a good scalper.
he's a good scalper.
He's helping the people. It's in stock in Alaska, but it's not in stock in Georgia or Tennessee or something like that.
I guess that's also kind of like a hot buzzword right now. Well, before
Scalper.
in the prior years with the world event, right? I'm just not gonna say the name, but the world event, there was a lot of scalping happening. But really, what we do, Seth, is like we just find things that are at a big discount and then just sell it for retail. So I don't really think it's like scalping necessarily, you know.
Legit, my kid asked me if what I was doing was scamming people. I felt so betrayed.
That's so bad. Yeah, a lot of some people don't understand the concept of reselling.
It's
Yeah, especially if
basically
they're a
just
kid. I mean, yeah.
yeah, I think some people have a bad view of it, but the way that I see it is I'm really good at finding items that are discounted and hard to find or potentially discontinued. I find them and then I sell them to the people because like the only other way that they were going to get it is like making an offer on eBay like right at the right second, like when it comes on in stock or something like that. Like the average person isn't like looking for these items on eBay at the right time 24/7, you know.
Exactly. And a lot of people aren't even shopping on eBay. Like specifically what you do, Seth, it's really like attention arbitrage in a way because you're buying from eBay, a place where like nobody's looking at. Like it does have a few million customers, right? But then you compare it to Amazon, they have hundreds of millions of customers, a larger audience, and a lot of people on Amazon want to buy these same products, and they're used to Amazon, right? And they just want to buy it on Amazon. They don't want to buy it on eBay. And if they can't find that product on Amazon, they're not going to make the purchase. So, yeah, it's really just yeah, exactly, the market inefficiencies.
Yeah, and it's like one person buying like a $40 item. Like, do they really need to like spend the time to like find it at like $11 cheaper? Like, that's just gonna take the average person a really long time. Like, I was Christmas shopping the other day, and like I was doing my regular OA type thing, and I'm like, nah, this is dumb. Like, it's $9 cheaper at this site, but like, are they gonna ship it to me on time? Like, are they gonna cancel my order?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy from Amazon. I don't care, but like someone made money off of it. Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
And the speed, like when you buy from eBay, the seller could take a week to ship it out to you.
They could
While
just
with
not ship it.
Amazon, yeah, they can not ship it. While with Amazon, it just takes like a day or two with Prime. You get it next day, like
I
imagine.
bought something yesterday. Yesterday at like 9 p.m. It arrived to my door at 7 a.m. this morning when I went for a walk. Like the guy was like walking around looking for my house. He's like, hello, can I get a signature?
Yeah.
Yeah, the speed is nuts. It's
and speed is money. Like I've had before where like part of my toilet broke and I need to get a certain part replaced, and I was like, well, I can drive 30 minutes to Home Depot to get it replaced today, or I could order it on Amazon and get it in like 8 hours and then just replace it and not have to drive 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. That's an entire hour just for Home Depot, and come back, or you just hit a button on my computer, wait a few hours, and then fix it.
Yeah. It's like a major service to people. So back to the question of how much should you pay yourself? I really think it comes down to, first of all, do you have enough money outside of Amazon or like income outside of Amazon in order to make things work to a satisfactory amount for the time being while you're growing your store? Or do you need to take a certain amount out every single month in order to make things work the way that you want to? So, I mean, ideally, a lot of people who do well with Amazon, unfortunately, are the people who like, they're not the type of people who are like, I got to make $7,000 like February. Like, that just doesn't happen most of the time. Like going from baseline 0 to making like a really good full-time income just doesn't happen in 2 months. Like maybe if Cody or I started a store from scratch, like we had the amount of money that we would be investing in our Amazon store kind of access to that, and we started from scratch, like, yeah, we could make it do really well by February, but like that's with our knowledge.
Yeah, that's another good thing, Seth, is a lot of people want speed, right? They want oh, how I've had several DMs where people are like, I hate my job, this and that. How fast can I make like 5K on Amazon? It's like in my mind, I'm like, this person is not gonna continue to pursue Amazon. Like they're
The
basically
bar
trying
is
to
too high.
yeah, they're trying to set themselves up for failure. Like the real questions are like, well, how do I read this keep a graph? Like how do I find how do I find products? Like that's a really good question. But like, how much money can I make with this business? It's like, well, I as much as you want. It's like how fast can I make 10K? It's like, well, how slow, you know, how fast can you lose 5K? Right? Like there's that too. It's like what about like actually just learning the basics and then you'll eventually get there. Also, like I think if you're starting a business, this is just my personal opinion. If you're starting a business to get quick cash, you're not like that's not a good thing. Most businesses that like say this business like this Amazon business, for instance, right? It's a long-term thing. You have to do it for several months. You have to learn how to read Keepa. You have to have inventory at Amazon's warehouse for people to buy, or have inventory at your house and then you merchant fulfill it. All that takes time, right? This is not the business that you start to make 10K in 2 months. Yes, there are people out there that have done it, But it's not, you know, it's not instant for everybody. It took me over 6 months to hit my first 10K profit month. So it's like, it takes a while. And if you don't network with other sellers, it's going to take you even longer, right? There's a lot of different unlocks that people have, I like to call it, right? Where you might know a lot about Keepa, but you're by yourself in a room all the time and you don't talk to other sellers and you don't know what products to find and you don't know about certain methods to source, right? Because you're not surrounding yourself with other like-minded people. You're not, you're going to have a hard time growing. At least you can grow. It's going to be really hard. All right, I'm done monologuing.
No, it's great. It's great stuff. I had another story too, but I'm gonna talk to chat real quick. Your monologue made me think of something. But, logistics and market inefficiencies being corrected. Exactly. Basically, I'm a hero. Where's my holiday? Your payout, bro. Your payout is your holiday. Spencer saying, hopped in because of this topic. Glad you're covering it. My current quandary is finding a point to pay myself rather than just paying off my inventory purchases. Yeah, it's a hard one. I feel like the way that I kind of go is I basically, for several months, I'll be in like growth period. And I just like won't pay myself at all. And then I pay myself a ton, like after several months, and then I kind of do it again. But, I think next year I'm trying to get it to be more consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, Seth, I just pay myself the cash back. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I everything I pay with the cash back, and like that's pretty much all I need right now. My expenses are pretty low, and if I need to pull money out, I can. But my main focus is growing the business. I also do a few other I run some other things on the side that make a little bit of money, so it just covers all the personal expenses. And cashback, this year I've made 10K off of cashback, so it's insane, like that. And years prior, it's like I've had when you're working not the best jobs, just like regular, like working at a fast food place, making 10K in a year is not like too uncommon, right? Depending if you're full-time or part-time or whatever it is, right? So
yeah, and
I'm
like
just used to it.
That just makes me think, basically, like if you're always taking money out of the business, you're not going to be able to pay yourself 10K from cashback. Like you're not going to be making 10K off of cashback if you're just like, yep, got to pay myself month 4. Like,
yeah, that's another thing is like, since you have more money to put into inventory, when you spend on that inventory, you can get more cash back. So it's like you're getting paid more in the future. And some of that cash back is a little bit more instant. I don't know if you guys know this, but depending on the site you check out on, like Walmart for top cash back, it takes 11 weeks. So that's an insanely long time for it to get paid out. But on a site like, trying to think one of the fast ones. I think Walgreens is like 5 weeks, so it's like a little bit less than 11 weeks. 11 weeks is a lot. So some sites the cashback gets paid out pretty quickly. So just another thing to think about and consider.
We got our W in the chat. Good afternoon, you Pacific Coast freak. It's
Thank you
dark
for showing up.
You can see behind me. It's very dark at Cody's place. Cody's Eastern time. It's 8 p.m. there. It's 6 p.m. here. Yep. It's 5. Is it 5 p.m. in California or 4 p.m.?
It's 5:15 right now for them.
5:15. We got Jose. Good to see you, Jose. Hi guys. Are we starting or are we really late? We started about 15 minutes ago, so not been going too long. Spencer Burke is saying legit. It's like leveling up in a video game. Got to go outside the starting area to level up. Exactly. Like it's hard to just keep reinvesting into the business, and it kind of takes a change of mindset. Honestly, I know for me, for most of 2021, I didn't have more than 10K in the business. I just really purchased very high ROI stuff, books, retail arbitrage, and made it work pretty well. But it wasn't like the 5K plus months like I wanted, because like it was $10,000. Like online arbitrage, you really gotta use that money to multiply.
Yeah, Thanks. Seth, just out of curiosity, have you ever used anything outside of a credit card to fund your business?
I used an Amazon loan for several months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In I think it was March. I think I took a $52,000 Amazon loan, and that was juicy.
I need one of those right now. I would really like that.
Yeah.
I heard those are crazy because they just like wire the funds to your bank account. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Yep.
They used to. You're like, wow, this is a lot of money. They used to. Spencer, holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, that's really good. Like I guess it's a little personal, but look, like moving forward, once you know how to read Keepa and you're used to doing online arbitrage, I think really just acquiring more capital. Like definitely not at the start. Like you got all the basics down. Acquiring more capital is really the way to scale. Like this month, I spent over 60K on credit, and you can see that in the sales. Like my sales 30-day total is almost at 90K, so it's insane, and that's because I spent more. So that also gets back to your point, Seth, about how if you have more, you don't take money out of the business, right, and you have more capital to spend, or money, more money to spend on, your products, you're gonna make more money. And that's exactly what happened this month.
Assuming you keep the basics in line, that you're sending in good stuff that's moving at a good enough ROI.
Of course, yeah.
At that scale, it is very possible if you let things slip a little bit to have things get a little out of control. It's very possible, especially the first time you do it. I know for a couple months when I was, there were a couple months where I did around 80K in sales. And I think one of the months I broke even because I, kind of going back to the point of what Cody was saying earlier, if you're trying to fast track it, if you're trying to cut corners, you sometimes do some irrational shortcut type things. Like for me, I used payability, for example, and payability is expensive as heck. And I just wanted access to my capital as fast as possible. Didn't realize the fees were so high. And I was also selling items that didn't have cords. I was selling used items as use acceptable without cords. And that was massively hurting my refund rate, understandably so. And now I'm just like, all right, enough of that. This is ridiculous. Let's actually like care about the customer experience. But like, you're not really thinking like that when you're like, I need to like get to 10K profit immediately. Like
you got caught up in the speed. You got caught up in the, I need to make money right now, and then
then you see that used acceptable docking station on eBay for $40 that sells for 130, and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta buy it. It'll be okay. The customer will understand.
Awesome.
We got a couple people.
Yeah, we got a few questions.
Up north, it was dark at 4:30. Yeah, it's getting darker and darker. It's dark here also.
It's dark everywhere now.
Holy. RW and Josiah would disagree with you on the credit, but that's kind of a personal thing. It's definitely riskier to use credit, but from another perspective, you could say it's also risky not to use credit. So you kind of just got to critically think about that from a grounded perspective and figure that out for yourself, honestly.
I like to think of it as like kind of like a double-edged sword. Like you could it could go bad, or it could go real bad, but it could go like you could go really well leveraging credit if you know what you're doing. And up until this point, I have not leveraged any credit, all personal money. By personal money, I mean money that's been in the business forever. It's business money,
right?
Trying to what I'm trying to get at.
Business, personal money.
Well, I haven't taken anything out. It's just cash back. So it's really business money that's just sat and compounded. And then now it's like, well, I really know what I'm doing. Let's just go. Q4, I regretted last Q4 because I just didn't know how to read Keepa. And now after you get all of the knowledge of how to read Keepa and you've done a lot of reps, at a certain point you feel like you can't mess up. There's always things that are outside of your control that happen, but once you really know the data, it's kind of hard to mess up.
RW is saying you need to put all the profit back into the business before you can pay yourself. And yeah, like if you're trying to actually get your store to a level that is making you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 9 to 10K profit a month, like it's really hard to get there if you just keep taking money out. RW is saying, Cody, I subscribe to your channel, but I have a hard time sharing my info to my competition. I don't quite know what that means. Do you happen to know what
Yeah, if you could expand on that. But thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. It really helps me out. Me and Seth are both on the journey to get monetized on YouTube right now. Not that they're gonna pay us like a ton of money or anything, but it's just like we get the merit, you know. Seth just hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm just really proud of Seth for that. And
appreciate that.
Thanks for subscribing, RW.
RW, the grocery king.
I think maybe what he means is like a lot of my videos right now are just a bunch of technical videos that like you could literally watch my videos and find hundreds of products just with the methods in those videos. And yeah, like I'm not really too scared about sharing because honestly, like 99% of people don't do anything anyway.
Yeah,
and if somebody's gonna give it out, I'd rather give it out because some other guy's gonna give it out. You know, like might as well be the guy.
That's a
and
good...
also like I just want to help people out for free. Like there's people selling courses for insane amounts of money, and I didn't make a lot of money for many years, so I just want to kind of give back.
Yeah, it's interesting. You like give your jewels to people and they just like don't do anything with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just like they're like, oh, cool, thanks, and then they don't do anything. Like I totally get it though, because like sometimes something's just like a little bit outside of what your business is trying to do. So you're just like, oh, Target, like I'm not gonna actually buy anything from Target because I don't shop there. I'm not comfortable there. Like
yeah, and people move on too. Like I started with books years ago, 2017. I was like, I hate this. Like some girl taught me books in a Goodwill, and I asked her like a million questions, and I was like, I hate this, and I did a billion other things in like online business for like I did botting, I did flipping stuff on eBay, did drop shipping on other platforms, not Amazon. And the thing is, like, you finally find the one that really works for you, and for me, it's OA. So it's like, at least give the people what they like, what they actually need, so they can figure out if they actually want to do the thing. That's kind of how I see it too. Like a lot of people churn out of the business.
Exactly. Jose is saying, how are you guys finding hot FBM products right now, Cody? Is it mostly stuff you were already selling FBA?
So it's really just some of it, yeah, I was selling FBA, but some of it's just like really a bunch of one-off like things that were on insane sales. And then I strategically bought, like I planned it out, right? So now I kind of feel like Q4 I know we still have time, but I kind of feel like it's over because I sold out of pretty much all of the items already that I bought in preparation for Q4. So now I'm kind of out of inventory, to be honest. Like I sold pretty much all of the hot selling toys and things like that, and it's because the sales a month ago were really crazy. Some of the sales now are still absolutely insane. So it's really just like taking advantage of these large retailers doing these, I like to call them umbrella sales, where say they're like, oh, 50% off of all toys. Like there's going to be some good stuff in there if they do that, right? Where they just, this entire category is 40% off. It's like, well, there's going to be some cooks in there. There's going to be some good leads in there. You dig hard enough. But yeah, it was really like I found basically like 4 items FBM, and I just went extremely hard on those just because the data looked so well. And I did test buys beforehand. That's another thing too. I didn't like, oh, I'm going to buy 250 off the bat. I was like, I'm going to buy 30. Oh, this sold 30 in, 6 hours. Okay, we're going 250 deep. Like it wasn't like oh, we're going to just go deep. It's like oh, we do a test. Wow, that did insanely well. We're not even close to Q4, right? And then you go deeper.
So basically the sale lasted for a week plus.
Yeah, like some of the sales will last for a week plus. Some of the sales are still going on now. Like some of the products, sales are still going on now that you can buy FBM and make money. The window now is a little tight though, because Christmas is coming, mail's going to slow down.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting people know, like the wave, like right now it's iffy. Maybe you want to go into a store and buy product and then try to FBM it, but unless you're buying from like Walmart and you can get it in like a day or two and then FBM it, there's still a lot of great opportunities with that.
I feel like I'd be tempted if I were you in your situation to like get one more cycle in, but
I'm honestly out of money.
But like in the payout right now.
It's all in the pay, like
Yeah.
real shit's at like I have like exactly enough to pay off my credit card right now. We maxed out everything.
Like in the bank or in your payout?
Like when the payout hits the bank, I'll have exactly enough to pay off so I don't pay interest.
That's how the spring was.
Like it's like I really cut it close.
Yeah.
But it was all planned, it wasn't like, oh, just do this. Everything was systematically planned for this. And
and you have so much more inventory that like is just still in your business. That's basically going to be your profit whenever it sells.
Yeah, there are some things that I did buy to send into FBA and it's going to sell later too.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to questions.
Yeah. We
talk about it too much.
Basically, guys, like thank you guys so much for being in here. We have 12 people in here. Really appreciate that. If you guys could smash the like button, that would really help both of us get the word out. As we see your guys' comments, sometimes something's really gonna like spark conversation, like this comment. We're just gonna talk about it for a couple minutes, and we'll get to all of your comments.
Yeah, we'll definitely afterwards. Get to everybody.
RW is saying FBA shipping is killing my ROI. Man,
it can be like that. That's why like I love case backing things and doing like really big. Well, you just use a prep center, right, Seth? So it's a little bit different, right? For me, I just use the 21 by 20 by 24 Home Depot boxes, the big ones. And I love case
not
packing.
The larges, right? The mediums, right? Because
it's
the larges. Are you sure? The larges I thought were over 25 inches.
No, the one that I have is just under. It's like $2.64 where I'm at. It's probably a similar price elsewhere. I also this is also like a little nugget too. You don't save too much money, but if you go into Raise and you buy a cashback gift card for Home Depot, you can get 2% off. And when you check out your boxes at Home Depot, you show like the when you're scanning out in the self-checkout, you show that gift card and you can enter an exact total. So say I bought $101.20 in boxes. I'll buy $101.20 on the Raise app in Home Depot gift cards. I'll show it to the cash register and I'll save 2%. I know it's kind of ridiculous just for 2%, but it's like you hit two buttons and then you save like $2. I think it's the coolest thing.
You love your cash back, don't you?
I love my cash back, and I'm using a 2% credit card on that, so we're basically saving 4% on the boxes.
Hey, $4. Arrow Blaze is asking, "What's your guys' account health rating?" Too damn low. What about you, Cody?
Mine's actually in the green now. We're above 200, so
hey,
awesome. I want to get it to the account health assurance thing, so if like something happens, like you're completely fine. I think everybody should strive for that too, because protecting your Amazon account is definitely the most important thing.
Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, the account health rating is basically a rating where it measures your account health rating, obviously. Basically, it gives you a little graph. It shows you like where your account health's been. It kind of shows the impact of any claims that are on your account. And if you are above 250 points for 6 months, you basically you're automatically enrolled in insurance that Amazon will basically kind of work with you before they temporarily or permanently suspend you if an issue comes up. I kind of feel like it should be like that anyways, but it is what it is. We'll take whatever we can get,
I love RW's comment. He's just networking. just networking. It's the most important thing.
Exactly.
RW says, sorry, the FBM shipping is killing me. So a little like tip for that is a lot of these items, if you box it, I know you can't do this with everything. If you box it, the box weighs a lot. Also, boxes cost a lot of money. But if you a lot of these items you can polybag. Like I'm not saying polybag, glass. Don't do that. But like
Do
if
that.
it has a box, if it has a box
Worth it.
and you think it's not going to get damaged, it might be worth it to polybag it because especially if it's under, like, say it's under a pound, like let's say two hypothetical scenarios. So you have a box. Oh, Joji's here. Let's go. So you have a box, right? And your item's above 2 pounds, then you're going to pay above $9 to ship out your item. While if you polybag it and say it's just below 1 pound, right? What's that?
The reason I'm smirking is because on eBay, boxes oftentimes would cost more than poly bags, and so what I would do is I'd put it in a box and then I'd poly bag it and call it a poly bag.
That's really good. Yeah, but like polybagging just saves a lot of money overall because you don't have the weight of the box. And then if the item's like teetering that line between like, oh, if you box it, then it's a pound and a half versus if you polybag and it's under a pound, then you can usually ship it out for like $5 if it's under a pound. So that saves you $4. And especially if it's a cheap item, if the customer complains, I mean, like you just get the item back, you return it to the retailer and you're out like $4 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. I've really been enjoying polybagging items lately.
We got Spencer saying, biggest thing I've had to get over is a scarcity mindset. Nothing can prevent my success but me. There will always be competition I can beat. There's always going to be deals to buy, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I think that's just about everyone's.
I feel like I got to put that on the wall,
Put that on the wall, right next to your the
I need to change this and put like Keepa. Just put like the Keepa symbol.
So my wife was gone for the weekend, and there's a spot on our wall that we hadn't put in a decoration yet. I was really tempted to like print out like a 3x3 foot like picture of my sales for the year and put it in the living room.
There's some guy that does that. Oh, but put it like Amazon seller. Tell me for the how many people are watching? For the 12 people watching right now, let me know what you want right there. I think having like an Amazon, like you have, like on the app where it has that little black and the black tag and it says Amazon seller. I think that would be sick there.
That would be cool.
I'm open to suggestions.
You should put some Echo Flips and then have like a dolphin head up there.
Nah, that's lame. We need Keepa, Seth.
Keepa with a Keepa graph.
Okay.
I like Keepa.
She said, okay, that would be better. I'm gonna have nightmares about that one. All right.
Yeah, back to the comment. Yeah, I mean that's something that I've had to work on a lot, and I have a long ways to go. It's it's a hard one, but you just gotta keep working on it. The best thing that I found is like if you can get any kind of quote unquote reference experience where you're doing something successfully, then you can start to build belief in yourself and you can let that momentum spiral in a positive direction. Do you have any thoughts on that, Cody, before we get to the other comments? We see your comments. We'll get to you. Just a lot of really good comments tonight. So thank you guys.
Scarcity mindset is for weak people. There's so much abundance out here. You got to think like, how many people do you know? Like, be like, oh yeah. Perfect example. Like the New Year's coming up. People are, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get fit. New year, new me. In like 4 months, all those people are gone. Like there's a very small amount of people that stay, and that they might stay for a year. They might stay for a year and a half. But they're not staying for 10 years. 99% of these people, they're not going to the gym for 10 plus years like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're not going for 20 years. They're not making an entire life change for forever, right? Same thing with Amazon selling, right? Even if you share the info, there's so many people that are just going to drop off. Like there's big people in the community right now where it's like probably in 5 years, they're just going to drop off. And people got things they want to do. besides Amazon, which is completely fine. But yeah, like scarcity mindset, everybody can eat on Amazon. Like not everybody, not it wouldn't work if every single person was an Amazon seller. Don't get me wrong, but not everybody's going to become an Amazon seller.
True that. RW says, choose Spencer Burke. RW says, got my first shipping violations from Amazon. The box was too big. Oh gosh, it's annoying.
Yeah,
like you have to like sit there and measure the box to make sure it's not like 27 inches. It's stupid.
Have you got one of those, Seth?
Yeah, I got the warning, and then I got the $25, and then I did it again, and I paid $75. I was very happy about that.
Wait, they charge you $25? Where is that shown?
Yeah, so basically, from what I know, they give you a warning first, and then they your first fine is going to be $25, and then your second fine from then on is $75 each time you do it. That was like probably 10 months ago, but it could have changed by now, but they really don't like that.
I didn't see that charge. I guess since it was my warning, I shipped a box and it was like 55 pounds, and I think I put it as like 49. I think my scale just like
Typical.
It was a really wide one. My scale's like this big, so I think it just kind of, and it said 50. So it happens.
We got Jose saying, so these sales were items you got on Black Friday. Just wanted to learn so I can plan better next year. Sounds like it.
Yeah. So yeah, all of them were Black Friday sales. I mean, really just it. There's just a lot of opportunities with the Black Friday sales, especially like Rakuten had that one for like a whole, I think it was like a whole like 3 or 4 day period. It's like 20% back on a ton of sites. You stack that with gift cards, like it becomes insane. And then you find like a really good Black Friday item. It's like, it becomes crazy. Like the amount of sheer money you can make off of these items. So some of them were from other people that I know that found the lead, right? Like I think myself, I only found maybe 2 or 3 of these different leads. I also bought a bunch of other items that I didn't go as deep in. So it's really just like a combination of like having the right network, knowing how to read Keepa, and really just like you have other people around you that are also doing the same thing. Like you have a group of, say, like 4 other dudes that are all looking at these sales. Chances are, even if all of you find one really good item, now you guys have 5, right? Or I think I said 4, and then yourself. So now you have 5 good items. So it's like it's really good.
RW says, I'm ramping up for Christmas dinner and Christmas parties for the new year, buying like crazy. Like setting up for next year, or like specifically like stuff that people are going to buy for Christmas dinner and New Year's, like seasonals. It sounds like seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have that stuff like inbound right now, because it's going to be close if you don't. But
always buying.
always got to buy inventory. You got Spencer saying that's how it is for me right now in my 5th month. And November payout is paying for December's inventory. Yeah, because like the hard part is like your inventory lab will probably be showing like good or decent profit. But even in some of those situations, like you could sell like 8K profit in a month, for example, but then you have like 6 or 7K that in buy cost of inventory that moved slower than you thought it would. And so even though you've made profit, you don't have that in cash flow because your stuff didn't sell fast enough. That's a situation that sometimes happens as you're scaling if the purchases aren't quite on point. That happens sometimes, but you got to sell through the stuff.
Yeah.
And Spencer Burke is saying, for those who missed it, account health rating is a rating that measures your account health. Exactly. We got Joe G in the chat. He's actually been here for the last like 15 minutes at this point. Good to see you. Welcome. RW says, nothing I have fits in a poly bag. Tried to get a coffee maker.
What?
Why?
get really big poly bags. I got
Dude, that'd be sick to like just like this big like 4-foot coffee maker and just chuck it in there.
I got the 14.5 by 19s. Those are really good. That fits like pretty much everything. And if it doesn't fit,
45?
Did I?
Did you? Oh, what was the dimensions you said?
14.5.
Oh, I thought you said 45.
by
Oh
19.
my gosh.
That's what I use for pretty much everything that that can be polybagged and arrive safely.
Spencer Burke is saying Seth talking USPS cubic pirate ship.
Pirate ship is the place. I don't know
Yes.
why eBay doesn't just do that.
It's
Like
so
if you sell
annoying. You
like
literally
like
just like sit there and pay like $6 too much for shipping if you don't like pay attention.
yeah, like I don't know why they can't just give us the better rates.
Maybe they're making that margin, which I don't blame them.
They're scalping us out.
Scalping. Keep a symbol on both sides, Cody. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah,
Just cover the wall with Keepa symbols, like
that would be so good. Just
That
have like the whole wall. Like, have you ever seen the memes where it's like somebody's face and they like just put it all over the wall, but just cover everything and Keepa symbols? You know, like the whole backdrop is just Keepa.
And just anytime someone has a question about it, just be like. And then anytime you have a video about it, just have like yourself here and you're just like.
Just the wall.
A neon dolphin
with the tattoo. I don't believe in tattoos. Like I guess it's really stupid to say. I don't like the idea of getting a tattoo, but like having a Keepa tattoo would be kind of cool. You know what I mean?
It's like that's
Keepa's
how you
just everything, dude. Like Keepa's what gets people out of the dirt. Like Keepa will make you so much money if you know how to read it right.
Keepa t-shirts. Amon says, always stay under the limits. Exactly. Those people are going to just scout my $75 again if I make one more mistake. They're waiting. They're waiting for their half.
Raspy's in the chat.
Raspy,
let's go.
Get. Keepa t-shirts.
Yeah, we definitely need Keepa t-shirts.
RW says, oh yeah, stuff for the dinners and parties. Yes, that was one of the boxes that I got violation warning. Freaking Amazon. They want to rob us. Just kidding. No, they just want sellers to just sell a bunch of stuff and make them a lot of money. Fair enough.
Christopher Grant with the Keepa t-shirt. I don't know if you've seen his.
Yeah. Jose says, do you guys take some rest after Christmas, like in January? No, I never rest. Like rest is for weak people. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I kind of just take rest off and on when I feel like I need it. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Cody?
Just never. Honestly, I'm gonna take some time off in January, but really just make a ton of YouTube videos and not work on Amazon as much.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like you've been wanting to do that for a while, but like
yeah, but it's just been
right now. Yeah,
it's just like you got to get the numbers up, you know.
Tape 3 poly bags together. Heck yeah.
The Franken bag.
That would be so. It's already a little tacky doing it. Imagine doing that with a poly bag. So ridiculous. Oh, just man, like get the biggest poly bag and just like put them all together and then just like stuff a coffee maker in there.
Rakin's in the chat. We
got Rakin. What's good, gentlemen? Good to see you, Rakin. RW. That was a joke, guys. Which one? Wait, the
Keepa t-shirts.
Oh, the Keepa t-shirts. Oh, I thought he was talking about the stuff he was buying for his business. I'm like, bro, I thought that was.
It could be the poly. Maybe he's joking about the poly bag and the coffee maker.
Oh, see,
That's probably what it is.
Something like that. So I'm just like, no. Fair enough.
No,
it'll get there fine. No. I'll save $3.50. Steve, good to see you. We got Jose. Do you guys know the dimensions and weight to pull a padded flat rate envelope USPS as an option on Amazon? I've only done that eBay. I don't think there's a weight limit with the padded flat rate envelope. It's just that whatever you can put in the envelope, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's flat rate. It's flat.
Yeah, you just if you can put in the envelope, works.
I knew a guy who would perfectly stretch them out and put 50-pound weights in them.
That's so
during you know, during the sick times 2 years ago.
That's like putting a coffee maker in a poly bag.
Yeah.
Like,
Could you imagine? Like, oh, my weights are here, and it's just like this crumpled up bag.
it's like a weight, and you see that there's like an envelope taped to it by the time it gets to you with the label on it.
I love Jesse's go. Keep a wallpaper is my next private label idea. You gotta cut. You got 2 customers right here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything outside of Keepa, I don't know anything. Yeah, tattoos aren't real. It's
What's
fake.
Keepa? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know for a long time. It's all about camel.
Joji's trolling in the chat.
Yeah, troll. I rest but my VAs don't. Oh, GG VAs, GG. OMG. Poly bags over $180 coffee maker. I need to up my customer service game because I thought you were serious because I would do something like that.
I mean, I've seen certain items where it's like, I bought this thing from Amazon. It was like a Thrustmaster like a year ago. It was like $400.
Oh, what?
I think it was called like a Thrustmaster, kind of weird name. It's like one of those like flight simulator things.
Okay.
I know, weird. It's like one of those flight simulator things. And they slapped a label, like they just slapped the label.
Oh, I hate that.
And I was like, like $400, and they just it came destroyed.
Did it even have like a lot of these products come in a box, like a retail box? Was it like new without a box and they slapped a label on it?
That's disgusting. It was new, and they slapped a label on the retail box. There was one time where I bought an Oculus, and I bought it new. It came used, and they slapped a label on the Oculus box. I was like, dude.
Suspended.
Yeah, exactly.
Submit a counterfeit and to use like new, and get the brand, like contact the brand and be like, hey, this seller was.
Was Amazon?
Oh, it was the Amazon retail.
Amazon itself, like their storefront, like bought and sold.
I get why someone would want to do that though. Like when you have like this big like 18 by 16 box, like do you want to find like the perfect size box to fit it in?
Yeah,
it's much easier to just stick a label on it, but then you'll get Cody returning your $400 item. So
I mean, it is what it is.
Put dimensions 8, 10, 2 on I think
maybe that's a poly bag he uses.
That's a small poly. It's a mid-sized poly bag. On
kind of mid.
The box. RW says, yeah, that's not a return waiting to happen. Poly bag over $180 maker. That works. Yeah, that's not the best customer service. You live and learn eventually after thousands of returns. Like why do they keep returning my stuff? Sends them like a used broken coffee maker that was listed as used like new. For the right customer, it'll work. I've definitely sold new items with dinged corners. It's the same thing. Risky stuff, but I would definitely be careful because like if you get these issues and like suddenly your return rate's super high and you make a habit of this stuff and then someone submits a counterfeit claim and then for some reason it doesn't go off your account, suddenly you're in the yellow and you're just like going to have a hard time for 6 months probably. So definitely don't cut corners with that stuff. You think it will pan out just fine, but yeah, not worth it. Entrepreneur says that's dimensions to pull up a padded flat rate on Amazon. Oh, so you just put the dimensions in there and it just shows the padded. Cody's laughing.
I read Reagan's comment. He says, I'm only here because I want to figure out how to get more counterfeit claims and IP alerts. Any tips?
Just for reference, we have a video where we're giving away advice on how to get IP claims and keep them on your account for 6 months. So basically just a joke live stream that Josiah, Cody, and I had a bunch of fun. We're pretty good at giving tips on how to do those things. Hopefully in efforts to help you guys not get them. But we don't have Rice Flips in the chat. He said he was going for 30 IP claims this Q4. I'm wondering how he's doing on his goal.
Yeah. It'd be awesome to have an update for that.
I know, like I wish I could get 30 IP claims. Like I try really hard and I can never get that.
Well, maybe you should buy more questionable DVDs off eBay, like RW says.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a really, really good tip for getting IP claims and keeping them, especially if you see that they're selling it at a third of retail and they have multiple quantity. That probably means that they're 100% authentic and they source them from the United States, and that Amazon customers are going to get a really good customer experience. So make sure to get those types of DVDs into your Amazon store ASAP so you can get as many claims as possible. We got Joking Matter. Where my dog's at? Good to see you. FBA Gangsta here. What's up? Good to have you. Entrepreneur says, Steve, I'll sell you my best IP ASINs to buy list. IP or get your money back. We got some experience talking here.
Got the Grand Exchange going in the chat. You know, a little.
Got the Grand Exchange. Insta sell, insta buy. Let's go. Is a 122 AHR good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not in the red, so that's pretty good. Red is good.
Larry?
Everyone loves red things. Oh my word. It's pretty good. It's acceptable. Used acceptable. We got Joking Matter FBA Gangsta in the house. I have an idea. We should put together a safe and profitable brand list to target and share it amongst ourselves. That's how we can help each other. I mean, that'd honestly, awesome. Most of them are safe. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But there's just a few that's just like, if you see that there's one seller that's like in the buy box all the time and it's just them, like they're probably going to IP you. Spencer, no, red is not good. Bad. Bad.
Gotta all get that account health assurance. That's what I'm really reaching for right now. Move tons of units and then just get that and you're chilling.
Exactly. And I think the cool thing about it is once you get it, you end up automatically enrolled in it as well. So you don't have to do anything special. I'll be back in 1 second, guys.
Yeah. Reagan saying, what's your Amazon store? It's a secret. I love the little winky emojis. Thank you guys for definitely showing up. I just want to say, there's 11 people in here. If you could hit the like button, that'd be awesome. And yeah.
And go subscribe to Echo Flips' channel because he has all these really good technical Keepa videos on his channel. You guys will learn a lot. What's your Amazon store, guys?
Just that's so good with the jokes.
Price tanker. I mean, when you're considering purchasing items from other Amazon sellers to source from, they're selling at too low of a price. We know.
Are they still in business, Seth? Do you know?
I thought they bankrupt, but maybe they sold or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. It's just crazy.
I mean, I'm sure someone has the storefront itself is like massively valuable. I'm sure. Like, imagine having a storefront that has like 500,000 feedback. Like, that's probably a pretty powerful Amazon store that gets the buy box well, account health metrics. Joking Matter says, we know not to target ASINs where the brand themselves sell on, but we should probably be less concerned about sharing safe brands to resell. What do you mean? We should probably be less concerned about sharing the safe brands to resell.
I think he's trying to get at we should be more concerned about like the brands, like what to avoid. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's
at least. I think having a list of like I got an IP for this, but like some type of like public like I got an IP selling this, or I got an inauthentic selling this would really help out. But some things you can just like easily get off your account. Like Seth does more eBay to Amazon, but I do a lot of OA. And like I got an inauthentic claim on some socks the other day. I'm like, okay. I just submitted the info for
Yeah.
the retailer I bought it from, got off my account in like a day. So, some things, if you get on your account, you can just get it off right away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a tool like that is IP Alert. Basically, IP Alert. It's basically a crowdsourced tool that if someone has shown proof to Chris Grant that somebody has gotten an IP complaint with let's say Ninja, for example, they IP Alert the whole brand. We got a funny comment somewhere. We got Rake in chat. Profit laughing. Private label is a pain. Just got some Cajun spice rub on Amazon. It's a real pain. Not worth it. I had to run sales and it didn't even sell one. Oof. That's frustrating.
That's what you call a Christmas present right there. Everybody, Cajun seasoning here, Cajun seasoning there. The whole family.
Everybody.
Everybody gets some Cajun seasoning.
You offered me ASINs earlier, Seth. Thanks. Oh, the safest brands to resell?
Let's see. Oh.
I mean, there's
I think it depends on like what, like say you're not going to get IP'd by selling currently, right? I've never been IP'd for selling like Nike products, but you can get inauthentic complaints. Like I think there's also like there's a few factors that go into it. And certain items within brands are exponentially more likely to be risky and people file inauthentics or I think it really just depends.
The problem is like kind of like Cody was saying, there's too many variables and Amazon's too complicated and unpredictable of a thing to just say like, yep, Adidas is safe 100% of the time, black and white. Like things happen. Like if I don't know, I don't think probably only like the top 0.0001% like know things to such an exact science that they could just be like, yep, this situation is safe 110% of the time, always. Like, I think we're like, all we can do is lower the chances of things, to be completely honest. Kind of wish I knew. I'm a very black and white person. I'd love to have all the answers for sure, but like that's unfortunately just not how business works. I don't think
it's also a very niche problem. Like there's not like you could have sold $100,000 on Amazon and never got an IP complaint or an inauthentic complaint. Like it's extremely niche. And then of the people that like do massive volume, maybe they could tell you some brands that IP or things where they've got inauthentic. But even then, you might only have a handful of things where that happened, and then a lot of those they can get off their account if they have legitimate receipts. So it's kind of like just one of those things.
Yeah. Jose says, who wants to join and create a group and source for leads? That's a great question. That's a great question. You get everybody in the chat.
Definitely network with each other. Like,
yeah, I should be reaching out to each other on Instagram, bouncing ideas off of each other. We got Jose, the other Jose, saying, Jose Hernandez, I'd like to join you with that. Exactly. Teamwork. Let's go. Spencer says, I think offering IP leads and crypto automation should be this group's business model. All right, guys. So down in the link, I have a $3,000 crypto trading course. If you guys can just sign up, please, that would be great. Thank you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Seth, you just run this crypto bot that makes you money.
Exactly. And like I basically take your payment and I invest it back into Amazon. Perfect. Wow. That's a win-win.
You basically, that was so funny with the crypto stuff. Nothing against crypto, but it's like some of these crypto ads, it's like, oh, you basically can't lose money. And then it's like the market crashed. Yeah, like the whole market crashed.
Rip.
There's definitely some people that made a ton of money, but
yeah, it's I think they basically just said if you don't sell, you don't lose money, but like the market will go down and you might have to wait 4 years. Like, fair enough. I guess they're not wrong. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we're Amazon sellers, so.
Yeah, this is an Amazon chat. I don't kiss and tell. All the money is in the IP brands. He's joking, but he's not joking.
I've heard that, like, even if it shows up on IP alert, so like most people avoid that, but if you can somehow safely sell on those listings and not get IP'd, that's like that is a barrier to entry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very risky one, but maybe, maybe if you're at the account health assurance, you're willing to take that, right? Because you have a good bit of account health that you could start to chunk away at, right? You could get your score lower, but the profit could be in those brands where they do say that they IP. So it's really like a risk reward thing. That's a really dicey
Yeah,
topic, though.
it's a risky one. You have to be like, that's very, like, I would not advise that to people. I think only Josiah has permission to do that because he kind of knows what he's doing. Everyone else is just going to get like 2 IP complaints and just get KO'd.
Yeah, that's true. That's good advice.
But Josiah, he'll get like 16 and he'll be like at like 150.
Bring more.
Joking Matter says with eBay to Amazon, receipts may not suffice. You see, on Entrepreneur's stance, we should avoid that mentality. Yep. But kind of like what I said, I mean, Entrepreneur's made a lot of money this year, so
yeah,
you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. I mean, I'm sure Entrepreneur moves enough volume for Amazon not to get gaffed, but yeah, new sellers shouldn't. Yeah, I feel that. Joking Matter says inauthentic claims make Nike not the safest to resell. Every brand comes with a certain degree of risk. It's not a black and white thing, but I mean, I feel like I hear tons of Nike resellers getting claims. But at the same time, there's a lot of new sellers selling Nike as well that are just doing things slightly wrong. So probably right. I mean, it's hard to know exactly 100%. We should have degrees of safeness by brand: 0 risk, smaller risk, riskier, with color-coded degree rates. I feel your desire for a black and white world. Unfortunately, the world's not black and white; it's gray. But I feel ya. We need to use Chat GPT AI to source manually.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't even know what that is.
Have you heard about that, Seth?
Very complex. Oh, is that the thing?
It's like the new. I think it's the thing that everybody's like changing their profile pics and they like look all aesthetic and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Alex Hormozy did one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. If that's not that, definitely correct me in the chat. But yeah, some of these AI, that's a crazy thing too. I mean, really unrelated to Amazon selling, but it's like this whole AI thing. I know AI has been around for a long time, but it's like that. The amount of users for that specific site went up like multiple millions in just a few days. Like, that's insane.
Is it because people promoted it?
It just went viral everywhere, and it's like the capabilities of it is insane. Like I saw this one dude. It's like you could type in like, hey, basically make me an essay on, I don't know, sea turtles, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, that's what someone was saying. Like I'll get the AI to write my paper or something like that.
Yeah, like you could make it. Write an essay about like why we should save the sea turtles, and it will just spit out a whole thing, right?
Sick.
And you just submit, which is crazy because like me and you didn't have that, Seth, when we were writing these huge papers for school, and it's like now you just plug it into the AI, submit it, it might change it up a little bit, submit it into school, and bam, you're good. Now you can go back to selling on Amazon while you're in school,
They really should train students how to delegate their school tasks. That way, like, people actually know how to do something in the real world.
But Seth, they're never gonna do that because they're trying to set you up to work for a job, not create a job.
Oh, conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
No, I mean it's kind of true. I mean, and for 90% of people, that's probably what they need. But
I mean, that's what most people do, Seth.
It's true.
We're definitely outliers.
What do you guys think are the top 5 safest brands to resell? Let's see.
Equate.
Equate.
Walmart's not gonna come after. If they
How
do, like, not my problem. But
I'm trying to
I
think of the top 5 safest brands to sell.
Equate, Great Value. All right, Seth. What are the other 3?
How about what are
Like
some,
what? Like Walgreens branded stuff, like CVS branded stuff. So that's 4, and then we need one more. Publix branded stuff. Are they really gonna IP you? I don't know. You know.
for some reason I was trying to think of like the top 5 worst brands to sell and I couldn't think of any. I mean, anything that's private label. Like, don't sell anything that's private label. You'll just get slaughtered. I mean, the top 5 safest. I mean, all those brands are probably good brands to sell. And probably the safest stuff to avoid Walmart brands. I mean, honestly, I guess I was going to say with counterfeit claims, like if you sell low average selling price stuff, like there's going to be less counterfeit stuff. Best brand is your own private label. Yeah, fair.
That's like the backdoor answer. That's like
That was
the
a nice backdoor answer.
create your own brand. You IP yourself because you own your own brand.
You accidentally list 2 SKUs and you IP the other SKU. Loser.
That's really funny. Joking Matters living up to his name in the chat.
What do you call 2 Jose's playing basketball one-on-one? GG.
He said, Echo, I should get Neuralink. Do you know what that is, Seth?
It's basically the thing Elon Musk is making to basically implant people to help them learn faster and get super smart.
Yeah, that
Show up the Amazon store and like go all in on the Neuralink. I'm trying to build for Neuralink.
You're trying to we make the Amazon money so we can buy Neuralink. That's gotta be crazy when that happens. Because the amount of inputs you could do would be insane. I'm not gonna get into it too deep, but Neuralink's really cool. I've read about it.
Yeah. Joking matter, low hanging fruit, but I like it. Yeah, I mean, if you sell your own private label brand, the problem is you might end up like, and just have. Sorry, RW. You did better than me. I tried private label. I didn't even list it because it had batteries. I'm like, screw this. I don't care.
Jose's it's really funny.
You
cease and desist yourself.
Resist to list. Oh my word! Just send yourself letters. Like, oh, I got this letter again. Are they really serious or not? It's from yourself.
Man.
Thank you guys for coming tonight.
Oh, wow.
This was what are the top 5 most profitable brands to resell? Equate.
The ones that you buy.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's really whatever you want to buy and sell. There's some people that go crazy with beauty, some people that just go crazy with shoes. Whatever works for you are your top 5 most profitable. Beauty's definitely not my top 5 most profitable.
I don't sell much beauty. Not that it's not good,
same.
but it's harder for prep centers because like a lot of beauty is like $3 profit, $4 profit. It's hard to send that to a prep center.
Yeah. What I'm trying to get at is it could be most profitable, but it just depends on the person.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever you learn how to do really well.
Like shoes is by far my most profitable category, but that's because I know shoes really well. Like if I know beauty really well.
See, like I have very few shoe profits. I sold like a couple $1,000s worth last Q4. That's about it. Got our W. Jose is saying I'm staying away from Walmart until I get me my resale certificate. Otherwise, listings tank and you can barely make any profit. Yeah, I was faced with that conundrum a couple of days ago, and I'm like, screw it, I'm buying anyways. Like I'll get my resale certificate eventually.
I would Jose, email them every single day until they let you through. If you do that every single day for 3 days, they've let me through.
Like as far as getting the resale certificate, like
yeah, because they kind kind of lack a little bit. I'm not even, I love Walmart, but it's like you submit it, it takes like a week and a half. You just email them all the time, and then they'll get it done pretty quickly. But yeah, like the margins are so small when you buy from Walmart that you kind of like you have to have the resale certificate, and then like even paying prep costs on buying stuff from Walmart, like a lot of people aren't. So doing your own prep and buying from Walmart with a resale certificate is just amazing. Also, the 5% Walmart credit card is an insane game changer. Hopefully they raise your limit. They've like gave me $1,000 on my Walmart card, which is like, what am I going to do with that? Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, it's cringe, right?
Jokes.
But if they give you like 5K, that's a huge opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to just like go to the state local office and like do the whole thing. Like I just don't feel like leaving my house. I'm lazy.
Oh wow, you've never done it for other sites, Seth?
I did it last year. I did it like what was it? Like late 2020, and then it expired. And I didn't need it because I was doing eBay to Amazon, and now I'm just like, well, I want some stuff from Walmart too.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, it's not that hard. It's just another thing to do.
It's just you haven't. I'm just so used to like, oh, okay, this site we got a resale certificate, we got to do this,
Yeah, I mean, I'm 98% eBay to Amazon, so I mean, maybe at this point 92, but we got Jose saying on my Christmas list to Santa is my wish list of IP complaints. Dude, I would take remove some IP claims for Christmas. That would be pretty fun. Like a get out of jail free card. Like if you just had a get out of jail free card, like for one claim throughout the year, that'd be pretty cool.
Joking matter. I bought an item for $170 and sold it for $850 a few days ago. No return. Let's go. That's what we like to hear. The homies are making money.
Heck yeah. We got Jose RW saying, Jose, you still need to pay taxes on that. Just depends on what ROI you want. I mean, if you can get sales tax exempt, do it. But it's not like you have to. It's just you have a competitive edge, especially if you live in California. 10% off is nice. Thank you for the tip. Joking aside, I buy large amounts from Walmart. Oh yeah, RW's joking.
Yeah, we're in a constant state of we don't know if he's joking. It was the avoid Walmart brands.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to give up his secret, Seth. Walmart
sucks. Stay away.
Yeah, absolutely great, consistent source of income. Not the margins aren't great for a lot of things, but definitely a great place to get bulk.
Guys, drop some gems. Jose Mata saying, I'll be going hard at Target all Q4. My wife hates me trying to figure out cost per unit after all discounted gift cards and circle reward discounts plus Target sale discounts. I mean, that's where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens. You're cheating on eBay. I'm cheating on her. Don't tell her. Shh. It's just a little bit.
Seth's gonna get converted to OA. No,
my gosh. I don't know about that. Maybe I will actually. Maybe I'll like find some good ones and be like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing this.
OA is kind of. That's really funny. You're cheating on eBay. I
can make a video about that. I'm cheating on eBay and just have like my face like red face like be so stupid.
Blushing. Oh gosh. Oh, God.
Well, on that note, thank you guys for coming out tonight. We're gonna go ahead and end, but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Appreciate you guys. A bunch of really good interaction today. Last question, DM Sorto saying, you guys going to ASD? No, I am not, but I'm going to Miami 2023. So if you're going to be there, I'll see you there. I don't think you're going.
I'm not going this year. Probably next year with the Ahoy boys. We're gonna get the whole squad together.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
No shame in not going. It's not like you have to go. But
yeah, I'd rather
everyone keeps
I'd rather make content and then
You'd rather like
help the homies, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night, guys, and take care. Peace.
Yep. Thank you guys.